Ideas can often be incredibly powerful in politics and in political change. There are a number of examples from my own field of environmental economics. In the mid-2000s, climate change was regarded almost entirely as a scientific issue, with perhaps a moral imperative to it that we had to act on global warming because of its impact on future generations. Nick Stern was able to show that the economic impacts of climate change, if left unchecked, would be huge. But the costs of acting on climate change, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, would be much less. They were still significant, but they would be much less than leaving climate change simply to occur. And that had a very profound impact on climate change politics. Governments were able to argue that this was a good thing economically. Businesses started looking at the markets that could be generated. And the public came to realise that acting on climate change was not simply a cost to be borne, but was also an economic benefit. For the last 40 years or so, the dominant economic paradigm has focused on achieving economic growth and has used free market methods of policy by and large. But those have now given us many forms of crisis. We have a crisis of inequality, of environmental unsustainability, of stagnating wages, and our economies are not working well. A change of paradigm would focus on new goals, would focus on well-being, of ensuring that people live good lives and that as a society we flourish, on reducing inequalities, to reduce some of the unfairness and injustice that we now see in economies all around us, and on environmental sustainability, on reducing our impact on climate change, biodiversity loss and so on. Universities tend to call this impact now. It's a way for academics to take their ideas outside universities into the world. In many ways, it's a chance for academics to say, these ideas are too important to stay within the academy. They can actually do good in the world.